Thanks for joining me today. You see, I've set up my classroom here. I hesitated to start with hello, boys and girls, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen. And I wanted to start a new video series that is going to be about nonprofit and business leadership, organizational development. And today I wanted to talk about a common problem that I've seen with a few clients lately, and that is the lack of an employee handbook, having the written roles and responsibilities and duties of each employee that you have, whether that be staff, maybe it's board, maybe it's volunteers. It leads to a lot of confusion, a lot of, I think, identity crises internally in these organizations. And so one of the things that I did when I ran a nonprofit organization is we put together what we call the Director's Handbook, which really was the roles and responsibilities of everyone in the organization, from the executive director, which was me as the only staff person, but also what was expected of each board person. What were they expected to do? When were they expected to show up? How were the processes to go between setting up meetings, during events, things of that nature. And so it really clearly defined everybody's role. And that's something I think a lot of people are missing right now and feeling a little wishy-washy in their roles, not really knowing what's expected of them. They feel like they know what's expected as far as what maybe their boss told them when they got hired. But then it gets a little murky as you get into the day-to-day and more duties pop up over here. And one of the things that I congratulate everybody for in doing so is that nobody has siloed themselves off. Nobody has said, you know what, I'm not doing that. That's not my job. That belongs to him or her. However, they don't have the ability to do that. So luckily, these people have been very willing to take on whatever role they can and working in teams very beautifully and collaborating, but they really don't know what's theirs and what somebody else's. And so that leads to a lot of ambiguity and a little bit of confusion and also sometimes frustration in your role with an organization. So one of the things that I advise doing is setting up an employee handbook or director handbook, whatever you want to call it, that has your basic policies in it, the rules of guidance of what your business is established for, what it can and can't do, but also to set up the roles and responsibilities, job descriptions and duties for each person within that. Obviously, you want some overlap. You don't want everybody in a silo where nobody really knows what the greater picture looks like. So a lot of collaboration is a great thing within an organization, but by having all the roles and responsibilities laid out in writing, it really, really does help. Another thing that should go with that is also what they can expect of you as their boss, their leader. Annually, is there a review? Do they have the opportunity to move up in the organization or make more money in the organization or maybe add certain perks and benefits to their job? A lot of people, I think, are just working out there, I guess, under good faith, that the longer they stay loyal to a certain organization, that they're going to be rewarded and appreciated in some way. And I think a lot of leaders overlook that. We tend to, and I'm a business owner too, look at the bottom line and there's never enough. And so we overlook spending more on the people who are around us, who really are the reason that we can do as much as we do and look as good as we look. It's all a team effort, and so they have to be rewarded, and there has to be something for them to look forward to. So doing it randomly is great, but having it in writing, like I said, in that employee handbook also tells them, okay, I can expect something. If nothing else, then a review and a conversation after a year. So if I can give you one piece of advice for your organizational development today, it is start an employee handbook. Maybe you need your employees to help you gather the information that should go in it. Maybe they should write the rough draft of their job description. You should have the final say. You should edit it and add appropriately or delete appropriately. But put that together so that at the end of whatever period of time you set this goal for, you can hand it to each person in your organization, and they will have a much clearer picture of who they are in this organization and where it is they might be able to go within it and what they can expect. So that's my advice for today. Thank you for joining me. I wish I could write on the chalkboard over there. I kind of want to put little notes. Maybe next time. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.